Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. This is part 8 and final video of restoration of 1938 Montgomery Ward Airline. This radio was damaged in shipping process, so I'm trying my best to preserve this and hopefully can bring it back to life. I highly suggest watching other videos regarding restoration of this radio, where we discuss disassemble the radio, test the speaker transformer, testing power transformer, testing and replacing resistors, replace filter capacitors, testing molded Mica capacitors, replace multi-section electrolytic capacitor, make tuning belt, fix tuning shaft, derusting, treating, and protecting small parts, adding auxiliary jack for Bluetooth capability, repair broken Bakelite, and paint the cabinet to outstanding result. In this upcoming video, I'm going to create a speaker cloth frame and also installing it, make missing parts, duplicate radio knobs, and test the radio. Enjoy the video. I forgot to mention in the last video, when you're working with broken Bakelite, be very careful. You wear, professional mask. Also work outside the house, away from the house, in open area. Since those days they make the Bakelite with some percentage of asbestos, so you don't breathe those dust when you're sanding the Bakelite. You're not going to believe what happened. Take this part here to paint it the same color of the radio, and I put it in a coat hanger like this. That's what I usually hang the parts to paint. I should know better. Sometimes you get tired, you want to do things quick, and that's where the accident happened. So I was walking right here in the grass to spray it. It fall off here in the grass. I spent hours looking everywhere. There's no way I can find this darn thing. Man, I'm not that happy. Now I have to create my own. Here we go again, and I don't have a metal detector to go here and find it. And so I have to create my own. I can't believe that I lost this piece right before painting it with all that work. But it's not a big deal. Let's make a template out of here and we take it from there. So I already got it started. Let me show you what I'm doing. I got a piece of board like this. I love these boxes for cereals because, it's not corrugated and you can do a bunch of things with it. I already used this and measured it. As you remember on the picture, that piece is a little longer than here. It comes up to here, so, is above this curve. So I draw this. By measuring it, I know in the bottom it's going to be curved like that. Okay, that's of course is obvious. When you look at the picture, the top, it was like a curve here, was a dip like that, and again curve here, something like that. Of course, this is a rough drawing. Let me cut this to the size and we're going to try it over there. I might need to make a few templates to get it right. All right, let's try this one. Yeah, see, that's the original. If you see in the picture, it was a little higher than this curve. This should work. What I need to do next, of course this is thin, but again this template, I need to find something a bit thicker than this. So I have 3 choices. 1, If the metal or aluminum, you need a special tool to cut it, which I don't have those. So the second choice is going to be wood, or find some type of plastic, be thick enough like original one. Let me look around the house to see if I have anything in the attic or not. Let me show you what I found in the attic. Man, I'm excited about this. I hold on to this stuff that I think I might be able to use it later. This is like a spacer from the wall to the curtain. There's two of them side by side. We get rid of the curtain, but I hold on to plastic because it's a good plastic. I say someday I'm going to use this for, some project. And this is what my plan is. First, I need to cut this piece off, Then I'm going to put the template here. I draw around it and cut that piece out of it as well, all right? Or I cut this off, one side of it. I put the template here, of course. I'm going to make it a little larger than what I need. See, I already traced it here on this. Now I'm going to cut it. I'm going to use this tool to cut it. There's so many options you can use. I usually show you easiest way to do this type of thing, so you don't spend a lot of money to buy things, So this always works pretty well. All right, it's already cut. This will work. This should work. It's a good thickness. It got to work. This is a PVC, and PVC is good, it's pretty strong. And I mentioned earlier it's plastic, but it's really is a PVC because it's thick and also it's pretty hard material. So next what I need to do, I'm going to get my file. I'm going to just clean this off. Again, I'm showing you the simplest way to do this, so it doesn't cost you too much money to buy tools. And I love to make my own part. This is such a great hobby, I'm telling you, it's just awesome. So you see, I'm taking some edges off, make sure, clean it. All right, I put this file down here. See, until I get it right. Now I'm going to work on the curve, the bottom. Again, same tool. Let's see. Need to work on it a little more, but it's coming along. You see how it's a little thick? That's the way the original was. So I'm going to work in these two sides first. When I get them right, then I'm going to work on the top. Alright, next what I need to do, put a curve here. Still, this is a rough cut, right? I'm going to clean it up later. So I have something like this. This was the glue inside the glue gun, that it got dried off. So I take it out. And this was like a silicone that it dried off. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. To make that curve, I'm going to get 180 grade sandpaper. Wrap it around it like that. Then you just go wrap it like that. Okay, that's gonna make this curve. Of course, I'm going to lay it down and rub it against it like that. All right. Of course, you can start with higher grade than this sandpaper and gradually reduce it. You have that option. You can use different grade of sandpaper, something rougher than this. All right, so that's all I'm going to do. I lay it down right here on the table. I hold on and go like that, just for just a couple of minutes. See the curve? That's what I want. That's the easiest way to do this. Again, I'm sure your stuff hopefully can help you. Look, it's just perfect. Now I'm going to make this curve here using this, of course. Looking good. Alright, next I'm going to get some sandpaper. This one I'm going to use 600, or you can use anything around 600. The same concept again. Now I'm going to clean up everything. I'm just going to go in the edge like that, like in the side like that. Clean everything. Alright. I don't want to be sharp in the corner. I want to be soft. So again, you go sideways like that. Of course, if I put it down, it's much easier for me. I'm glad I found this. Just perfect for what I'm doing. I'm going to also do the edges. All right. It's just perfect. Came out just awesome. It's very nice, really smooth, no rough edges, just perfect. All right, let's try it. This goes right like that. That is perfect. That's what I want. All right, now what I do next, I'm gonna get my marker because I need to know where the hole goes, right? So hold it this way. That's the hole right here. I'm gonna go here and make a mark on plastic. This is where the hole gonna go, right there. I looked through all these nuts and screws to find something to fit this hole here, and I was lucky to find something with a washer and nut to be able to fit there. It's pretty small. The top is straight like the original one, and it is just a little long. I already marked it where it needs to be cut. That's the tool I'm going to use to cut that extra off. After you cutting it, you want to make sure to sand all the area that you cut. Make sure this nut's going to go back in the screw. Okay, so that's the next thing I'm going to do. See, it goes right through this hole with no issue. So this should work. Especially in the top is flat. That's what I wanted. I find the drill size. You want the same size or a little smaller. I will tell you why later. I'm pretty happy with this brand. It's doing a great job. Much cheaper at the Dremel, but it's the same design. It's exactly the same design. Yeah, that's what I want. Perfect. That's what I want. Let's test it. Yeah, that gotta work. Alright, as you see in the original one, it was a little mark right here. You see where the mark is? So I need to add that here in this part that I'm working. So I get a pencil again, go right in the center. As you notice, it goes like a halfway. See, I mark it right there. Should line up with this hole. I'm going to use this. This is a 3-side. And I go right on this PVC and go right on the line and go back and forth up to the line that I start just halfway like that. I'm going to go a little deeper. See that? So I'm going to use soap and water, clean it pretty well, then I'm going to spray paint it. Alright, this time I work smarter. You know, what I did, I got a box, of course, put a small hole, set this up like that. That's how I put it on the box. I sprayed it. Now it's sitting in the sun for a while. Of course, this is what I use, as I mentioned earlier. You know, this thing comes with, you know, a bunch of adjustment. This is a new design of can. At 5 different ways you can set it up. And it came out pretty nice even in cold weather. So this is already painted. Again, I learned from my mistake, not put it in the coat hanger since it was very small. And believe me, I looked for it in my grass forever, couldn't find it. I need to let it at least sit for 24 hours since the weather is cold. Yeah, we are in Florida. Even in Florida the weather is so cold. For us, it's very cold. Well, of course, as you know, we don't have a snow. But whatever here, you know, I think your body gets used to it. Finally, after over 24 hours, I put this part in the sun after painting it, and it looks just great. You see that? Hopefully you can see it. Now I'm gonna loosen up this nuts. Again, when you put the hole in, make sure be tight. This screw be tight inside. You don't want to be loose. Okay, before installing it, I got a Sharpie, pretty thin head, and put a line right there so it'll be easier to see. See that? Alright, let's put it on the radio. Goes right here. Perfect. Since that nut is so small, I put it inside this tool. I'm going to go underneath and install this. That's the easiest way to do this. I'm installing the grail cloth. As you see, I installed already one there. You want to make sure, you know, this area, these holes be open, because the radio inside gets so hot. You want to make sure the cardboard that you put in here is not in the way and all this be open. That's how the radio gonna cool off, right? You see that? You can see through it. You see like that? Already installed that one. Now I'm gonna work in this side. This is the glue I'm gonna use, because this, when it dries, is total clear and it works very well. As you see, I already installed the other side. Alright, so what I'm doing is using the brush, you know, go ahead and put glue everywhere, all these bars, one at a time. Alright, and already marked it how high I need to put the glue on. Let me start doing that, and I put something underneath so it doesn't stick with the glue, right? Alright, as you see, I put glue everywhere. See that? Then I get this piece and install it. I already marked them where they go. Make sure this is all lined up. I'm going to hold it for a while until it dry. Alright, as you see, they're both dried. You see how I cut them? Let me show you the original. This was the original, the way they cut it. The problem with this is that it didn't allow the radio breathe, you know, air, because it gets so hot in there. So this was closing majority of the open area. So instead of using this, you see, this is what I'm doing. See, this was right here. So I left the area totally open. When I say open, I'm talking about all this to stay open. No cardboard underneath, so actually the heat can comes out of the radio, because the tube radio create too much heat. You know, you want to definitely use this instead of original. See what I did again? So that's what you want for both sides. Alright, this is done. Alright, let's focus to fix this. You know, there's lots of rust, as you see. It's dirty. So first I need to clean the dirt, then treat this for the rust. As a matter of fact, you see there's rust this side as well. This is the product I'm going to use to clean this. Of course, you know, you cannot soak it in the water because we have a label this side. So I want to protect that. So somehow I need to make sure any product does not get in this paper. Alright, I cover this so I can protect that information here. So I'm going to be able to now to clean it. Still, I'm not going to soak this in the water because this is paper. I don't want anything get underneath here. This is cleaned, as you see. Now what I need to do is use this product, dissolve the rust, and usually put it inside a small container, because you don't want to put the brush inside here. You want to contaminate it. And put some layer, cover wherever the rust are. Area that is rusted pretty bad, I'm going to put a thicker layer. Then if you read the instruction here, it will tell you how to use this product. Painted, as you can see. The label still is here. Some area is coming off. You see how loose it is right here? All across here. The other side are fine. So I'm going to glue them. I'm going to use this glue, tacky glue, very small paintbrush. Be very gentle with it. You don't want to crack this. The good thing about this glue is when it dry, it's going to be totally clear. Alright, let's work on these knobs. As you see, one of them got totally destroyed. They're very fragile, you know, they were pretty thin. And of course it got destroyed, as you can tell. These are all the pieces fall off. This was inside the box. The other one is in okay condition. See that? So I'm going to use this, going to duplicate it. I'm going to make 2 of them. Because this is, again, it's pretty fragile. I have to be very careful not to break it. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to, polish it, make sure it's pretty clean. Then I'm going to duplicate this. So this is the product, of course, I'm using. I'm pretty careful not to crack it, since this is very fragile. I use this product for almost everything, and it really worked pretty well, as you can tell. Definitely this is much better product to clean it first, maybe then polish it with a car polish before I duplicate. If it's polished pretty well, the new part gonna comes out very nice too. Now I'm using the car wax to polish it. Can be any liquid car wax. Trying to bring the shine back, so when I duplicate them, comes out nice. If it's dull, it will duplicate dull. If it's shiny, it will comes out shiny. So that's what here the goal is, to make it as shiny as possible without damaging it. Alright, it's looking much better, as you can see. Definitely it looks much better. See that? It's shiny, so let me duplicate this. I need to make 2 of them. Alright, let's take this out. It's set about 24 hours or so. Should be very gentle. It's coming out the center. Sometimes if it doesn't come out, I use alcohol. Okay, come out. Hopefully I got the colors close to the original, because you never know until it's totally dry. These are the extra, of course, it came out. Alright, finally it's out. It's looking good. It's looking great. I'm gonna try to make more so we get it as close to the other color as possible. See, this one is more red, but it captured everything. Again, it's not totally dry. The reason I pulled it out because the color wasn't matching. If it was matching, I left it alone a little longer. Alright. To save time in this video, I highly suggest going to my YouTube channel and watch this video where I discuss how to fabricate or making those missing parts for your classic radios. We're going to discuss what product to use, how to use them to get the best results. Also, what method to use depends of the size of your parts to make the molds. So this plate is installed. Make sure to put these 2, there's 3 of them. The 2 should be in the front, not in the back. Otherwise, it's not going to fit. So I use this type of garment to install here. There's 2 of them here, 2 the other side. That is what I used. The smaller size, that it fit inside here, the chassis. Cabinet is finished. Of course, the radio is done. As I mentioned before, this is the first thing you put up and last thing you take out. So let's take this lid out and install it inside the cabinet. I already added to the antenna. I already put about 6-foot long antenna wire. Of course, the ground wire, really you don't need to do anything because we don't use the ground wire anymore, as I mentioned before. Before we put this back in the cabinet, after you installing this, there is a piece like this. It goes over it. There's 4 of them every corner before you installing it. Okay, so let's install this thing. Antenna wire, of course, comes out of this hole, and the other wire comes from other side. Now let's turn it around and put the screws in. Alright, finally we put the radio together. It just turned to the beautiful radio. You see how the light reflects in the radio? So that means it's polished pretty well. I use a car wax to wax it. And this is the back. It just turned gorgeous. I'm so glad that I rescued this radio. See how beautiful it is. Again, I want to show you, you see the reflection of the lights in the radio? That means the radio is polished pretty well. And I use the car wax to wax the entire radio. All right, let's turn it on. Of course, it takes a few seconds to warm up. This is just a radio, it's not hooked up to Bluetooth, it's a directly AM radio. Let's just turn it up a little bit. I'm going to put it in a sports station because you know how YouTube is when it kicks me out if I play any type of music. There is no music, it's AM radio. Let me turn this thing down. Now you know why I add auxiliary jack to this radio, so I can play any music I want with the Bluetooth capability. As you notice, AM station, there's all talk show, churches, some sport. There is not that much music. So let's now change this, hook up the Bluetooth to see how the radio going to perform. Alright, I installed the Bluetooth. I'm going to turn on the Bluetooth. And just hold it here for a second until the light comes on. Don't know if you heard it or not. The speaker communicated with this, said the power is on. Alright, I'm going to just adjust the volume. This is hooked up to YouTube Music. I don't want it to kick me out, so I'm using their music here, but I'm playing it from my phone to the Bluetooth of this radio. Alright, let's turn it up. Man, it sounds just incredible, as you can see. This is just unbelievable. Again, I'm playing the music from YouTube. YouTube allow you know to add some music to your videos. So I'm broadcasting that from my phone to the Bluetooth in the back, and you see how it's performing. It's just incredible. I am very, very happy with the end result of this radio. I had no idea, you know, that it's gonna play this great by adding just auxiliary jack in the back and hook up the Bluetooth to it. Alright, this is just absolutely beautiful. Alright, hopefully all these tricks, you know, help you to restore your radio to the best condition is possible. If you enjoy all these videos, let me know in the comments. Man, I have so many viewers, but not enough, you know, comment or put the thumbs up. You know, that is how YouTube promote the video to other people who enjoy this hobby. To support this channel or any other channel on YouTube, if you like something, put a comment over there. You know, some comment, a one-liner, or you know, use the select the thumbs up. But again, that what it does, it helps the person who make these videos. They spend so much time. I mean, take so much time to do the job and make videos, and then, as I mentioned in my whole videos, editing them, make sure enough information here that it can help you accomplish the same type of thing they do. So that's the only way you can support. None of them, as I know, they ask for money, but they need your support to grow their YouTube business. When the YouTube get in certain size, YouTube start paying the person who make the video. They're not going to be a millionaire. Just pay enough for buying material and those type of things. At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thank my subscribers with their uplifting comments. You always encourage me to upload more videos, since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you. Enjoy all these videos, and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when a new video being uploaded. You have a great day.